Well,
they set up Shane McMahon versus Randy Orton for next week on Raw after he interfered.
Oh, that's right. So we have Shane McMahon versus Randy Orton as our main event of Raw next week, like Matty B just said. We had The Miz come out, cut a promo, called out John Cena, which was interesting because, Cena came out later in the night during the main event segment. So when his music hit earlier in the night, my first thought was, okay, if Cena was there and came out during the main event, who's Miz? You know what I mean? Come out with a microphone or something like that during that.
There's two reasons. One, all night, you may remember, all night the announcers were talking about how Cena's not going to be at Raw, may not be back for a long time, blah, 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 blah. So that's the television viewers. The Internet marks already thought Cena was going to be taking time off for the movie. So for the live crowd, they got The Miz, because the live crowd can't hear the announcers saying, Cena's not going to be here tonight. So they have The Miz do that. That way you don't expect him for when he does come out later for the surprise at the very end,
Carlito and Primo tagged up last night against Noble and Chavo. Not a bad match between those four. Carlito and Primo, both great workers in the ring. Chavo and Jamie Noble, who's an agent backstage, speak for themselves. Jamie Noble with the new haircut last night. Actually, they debuted that at a European tour last week. Shaved his head. So we had they retained the unified WWE World Tag Team titles. What else? Oh, Vicky later in the night, she announced Orton and Shane for next week, so that's our main event. And then the main event of last night's show, we had the Big Show Batista defeated the Big Show to become the number one contender. So we've got Batista versus Randy Orton at the Judgment Day pay-per-view in Chicago. It looks like John Cena versus the Big Show at that pay-per-view as well. But we'll just have to wait and see. But what do you think, man? Overall, Monday Night Raw from last night, a dismal 3.4 rating, down from last week's 3.7.
Look at you, dismal.
Not a good show, but not a bad show. It was more, the focus. I like the fact that they put Carlito, Primo, Miz, MVP, guys like that on there. You know what I mean? That can go out there. Guys that were recently drafted over from different brands over to Raw. And, to add
but if you look at each one of those ones you just used as an example, other than MVP got, out of nowhere, just got a big, I don't want to say push, but he got a big opportunity last night. Yeah. Kofi came, they had a segment where they would run down like 3 of their draft choices after a commercial break, and then the last one would prompt the person to come out to the ring and they would have a match. And what do these matches have in common? Kofi Kingston versus D. Brian Kendrick, Matt Hardy for Gold Dust, that's a different reason. Then you got The Miz, and then you got Carlito, who was drafted, and Primo versus Chavo.
They're gonna do The Miz versus John Cena. You know what I mean? Possibly next week. If you had Cena appear this week, you're just not gonna. I don't think they're just gonna blow that off. I think they'll have a confrontation of some sorts backstage where The Miz will continue.
It would have to be a quick thing. It'd have to be a quick thing because they got to focus on the Big Show. They don't have. They've only got so many weeks, and Cena. Everybody keeps talking about it, but did you see what he did last night? He came out and looked like an old man who just woke up out of like a coma, and he was staggering on this, and then he didn't do anything. So it's not like he's back full time. They're going to slowly build him back as always hurt. Now he's getting better. He's going to fight the Big Show hurt.
No, it wasn't stale. Raw wasn't stale. There were new faces on Monday Night Raw last night.
That's true.
I guess that's what I liked about it. They spiced things up. They threw some
I really
guys
like
in
Kofi
there.
Kingston, dude. That dude's good. Kofi Kingston.
Oh yeah. He's real good. Real good, and he's one of the guys that they give a chance to shine. You know what I mean? They say, all right, you can go out there and work a little bit of a faster paced style, not that slowed down, typical WWE. You know what I'm talking about. That
WWE style. That's pretty much what it's called. People got to learn the WWE style when they come from
WCW. It's so different when they come from TNA and they come from the indie scene where they go out there and they're just told to go out there and do spot after spot after spot.
Right, imagine CM Punk in TNA, or back when he was in ROH. He would be a completely different wrestler, especially in the ring.
Oh yeah. So that was. I don't have anything more to say on Monday Night Raw last night. Not a good show, not a bad show, right in the middle. You know what I mean? Not a great show, not a bad show, but a good show.
I'd call it a bad show. I thought it was a bad show. I don't know.
All right.
Batista and Big Show throwing how many body punches? Come on, please.
Yeah. So we got
Big Show body punch.
We have ongoing SmackDown spoilers. We already did the ECW results in hour number 1, so if you missed that, sucks to be you. But SmackDown spoilers are coming up here in hour number 2. Before we go off the air, we'll get to as many as possible with you guys. Hey, one thing I wanted to ask you while I got you here, still on the phone.
Yeah.
This weekend, Manny Pacquiao and Ricky Hatton coming up this Saturday night on pay-per-view. Gotta get your thoughts.
Is it really?
Man. Yeah, I gotta get your thoughts, man, on this. Next week, I believe.
That's really this weekend?
I believe so, man. I think it's this weekend. Let me Google that, but let me get your thoughts on it, and I'll Google.
Thoughts are it's the pound for pound best fighter in the world, Manny Pacquiao fighting Ricky Hatton, who's never lost at the weight class they're fighting in. He's only lost once ever, and that was to Floyd Mayweather, the last pound for pound king. It's a big fight as far as the Latino audience and the UK audience, so it'll draw good international buys, but it's still they're not really superstar fighters. So it'll be a great fight, almost like a technical in-ring match is better than sometimes a great main event with two big names that don't work so well. It's kind of like that. It's like if you're a boxing fan, you'll love this fight, and I'm a boxing fan, so I love this fight. But to the outside public, I'm sure nobody cares about Pacquiao Hatton.
So you say Pacquiao. I mean, it's over. Hatton.
As far as prediction, God, I would have to say Pacquiao, but the more you think about it, it's one of those fights where you can convince yourself either way. But yeah, I'd say Pacquiao.
I just think Pacquiao beat De La Hoya so easily. Made De La Hoya look like a joke, you know what I mean? And then comes in, and now he's got to fight Hatton, but Hatton's no joke either. I don't.
Hatton's less of a joke than De La Hoya at this point in his career,
yeah. But I think I mean, if I had to pick, I'd say Pacquiao. But it's it's a close fight. I love Hatton's fights just because he's got that band. I mean, people come in there with saxophones and trumpets and
Ricky Hatton. Yeah.
You know what it is? They sing to that Go Ricky Hatton, and then they do dun 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 dun.
Wonderland. Yeah,
walking in a winter
blue moon. I said blue moon. I said blue moon. He comes out in a big fat suit and everything. He's fun. Yeah, he's a cool dude. But it's a good fight.
Well, no, it's a good fight. It should. That's this Saturday night. I just checked, May 2nd. So this Saturday night.
Wow.
If you guys are boxing fans, make sure to check this fight out because this is a big one.
I had no clue. And now I'm a little bit excited. What do you think of that?
Oh yeah.
We also got a fight your fans should care about with Bobby Lashley fighting Bob Sapp. That's not too shabby. Bobby Lashley's fighting a real fighter. He's not a great fighter, but a big name fighter. Wrestling fans should know who Bob Sapp is, right?
I'll give Sapp credit because Sapp came out today and said, "I'll never be a better wrestler than Bobby Lashley. I respect him."
He even said he wouldn't last 3 rounds. Everybody knows that, and then he laughed, because he either wins or loses quick. That's his thing because he doesn't have any gas. He's got terrible cardio.
Well, he's got that overhand right hand that he talked about too. So he thinks if he can catch Lashley with that overhand right, he feels that he can. Lashley won't know what hit him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. If he hits like a truck, I mean, if he hits him, it's over. But he won't hit him. He's not fast enough at all, and he's not going to be standing up long enough to do it.
He hits like a truck?
Oh yeah, Bob Sapp. Have you seen Bob Sapp, bro?
I'm just thinking hits like a truck. You want to see a high-speed police chase involving a truck? No, we're not going.
How the hell was I supposed to understand that was the connection?
I don't know. You weren't, dude. You were.
Nobody else did.
All right.
They announced another big fight today, Anderson Silva versus Forrest Griffin. We won't go on all the MMA stuff, but there's a lot of big fights coming up for sure.
I saw that. Anderson Silva, man, better make a name for him. Forrest Griffin's not going to put up with that shit, man. I'll tell you that right now, man.
Forrest Griffin could beat him stylistically, and he's bigger. He's 205 fighter, even though Anderson Silva should be 205. This isn't no cakewalk for Anderson Silva. Don't let it fool you. Forrest could easily win.
Hey, let's get to some news and rumors before your phone dies out. Hopefully, Jose will be up here to save the day once this softball game is over. That's why he's not here tonight, for those of you guys that are just tuning in. We got a live chat room, WZROnline.com /chat, and the number to call us live is 724-444-7444. Call ID number is 30273, followed by the pound key.
Yo, here we go, man. I'm losing it.
You're going all right, buddy. Well, then I'll talk to you next week or whatever. We'll do a UFC or MMA show or something like that in the next couple of weeks.
All right, man. Sounds good. Check out MMAnews.com. We got a bunch of new video stuff up. Tito Ortiz, Hoist Gracie, blah blah blah. www.MMAnews.com. Ryan, thanks for having me, bro.
All right, buddy. I'll see you next week, bro. I appreciate it, bud.
All right, later, man.
All right, that's Matt Boone, live, baby, live on WZR Radio. Now what? Now what to do? What to do? Well, hopefully Jose will be calling me up here in a couple minutes, and then we'll come on. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go to a very quick commercial break. We're going to play about half a song for you guys, and then we're going to come back.